Hello there. Assalamu alaikum. Why is listening so important to learn a language? Language has four basic skills. These are reading, writing, listening, and speaking. In terms of learning mother tongue, the listening comes first. You see, as science says, when a baby is in its mother's womb, it starts listening from 7 or 8 months. When it is in its mother's womb, it can recognize its mother's voice. It can also recognize its father's voice. And when it is born, it keeps listening. The process is on. It keeps listening and it listens up to 2 years. And then it starts speaking. It tries to speak, but it cannot speak correctly at the very beginning. And then gradually, step by step, after making so many mistakes, it starts speaking correctly in its mother tongue. So when we are learning a foreign language, basically we know that English is the second language in most of the countries of the world. So when we start learning English, how do we start in our country? Basically, when a child is 6 years old maybe, or maybe 5 years old, they are sent to nursery schools. They go there and they start writing the alphabets, and thus they know the pronunciations, and this is how we get started. But the problem is, we start with reading and writing but not with listening. That's why it takes such a long process to learn English. The more you listen, the more it gets easier to learn and acquire a language. In learning a language, acquiring is much more successful than learning. You will learn, but you will never be able to use it in your daily or practical life. But if you acquire a language, somehow you can speak it, you can work in it very easily and naturally. That's why listening is so important to learn a language. You'll notice that in our country, English classes are basically held in Bangla. Most of the time, the teachers are not instructed to address the students in English, and that's why students don't feel comfortable while they listen to any English sentences. They become nervous, and at the same time, they do not feel inspired to speak out. The more you listen, the more you get the props and all the instruments that you need to speak out a language. So that's why English classes should be held in English, and if it is not possible, at least there should be a session in English classes. Maybe it may be consisting of 10 minutes or 15 minutes, that a teacher will continue his discussions and lectures in English. That will put the students at more ease, so they will feel the confidence to speak in English, and they will feel much better. So the summary of my today's talking or discussion is, the more you make a student listen to you, the more faster result you will get to learn a language. I mean, especially in English. Thank you very much. See you in later sessions. Allah Hafiz.